And literally one day I'm in school, I come home, my dad is gone. My mom is basically just telling us that, hey, we're leaving the country. Where's dad? He's left. They tried to assassinate him. So things are being bombed everywhere. We're seeing war everywhere. So, just as a child, seeing fighting and wars and revolution really wasn't that unordinary. We get to the day before we're supposed to fly out and leave Iran, go to London, and then get exile and find our way to America. The airport gets bombed. Long story short, 3 days it takes us to escape out of Iran. And with planes, trains, automobile, finally get out of Iran into Pakistan. It was a horrific sort of experience with just me, my mom, and my brother. I was a 9-year-old kid at the time, fourth grader. And we make our way out. Again, fast forward a little bit, we finally get political asylum from the United States, a couple more transitions, and we end up in California, and I'm here as a fourth grader. I was being sexually abused by my older cousin, my older male cousin, and this went on for roughly a year. So sort of leaving Iran was sort of a blessing from that sense, because I got to at least leave that whole horrific idea behind. But that was something I never discussed, never told anybody, never told my parents, never told a single soul. It was just my unique secret. And very ashamed of being poor. And those things at an early age started really fueling my sort of desire to be something. The first ability that I had to be something was obviously as a kid, I'm not going to go get a job and become rich, but my first ability to be something was to be popular and to be liked. So I quickly realized that I was really good at sports. So sports really, really helped me. I learned all the American sports. I was a basketball, obviously a soccer player in Iran, but I came here, I quickly learned how to play basketball, football. Next thing you know, I'm the quarterback of my high school team, playing tennis, at a very high level, and ultimately got really good at sports. And that was my first sort of win and first way that I could sort of ward off the blemish of being this this immigrant, poor kid from Iran, right? And so I started getting this, I started getting my self-esteem a little bit boosted falsely by these accolades of being good at sports. The other part was I was popular, and I realized it, and I really milked it. I mean, meaning I really made it a goal to be popular. And I remember I moved from school to school to school to school, so I did learn how to make friends really quickly, but I also learned how to be a great marketer and how to market myself. And so I honestly manipulated the system to some extent of learning how to be popular, making friends with all the groups and being funny and basically doing all those things that people like about you. Next thing you know, I'm in high school, I'm homecoming king, I'm prom king. I always did marijuana and things like that, but I got into cocaine, drinking. And next thing you know, while I'm doing these 10 stores and while I'm running these stores, I have a $1,500, $2,000 a week cocaine habit. And it wasn't like I'm going out to a bar with my friends and doing drugs and drinking. I would drink at a bar with friends, and then I would go home, lock myself in a bathroom, lock myself in a house, lock myself in a hotel, and for 3 days I would just bitch. It wasn't a fun type of a cocaine use. It was a really dark sort of a period. It got worse and just got worse and got worse. Business starts falling apart. At the same time, I kind of get married and also went to grad school, believe it or not, during all this time and got my MBA. But things were just falling apart. I mean, because the foundation was so messed up that little by little, it was starting to show up. It was starting to show up, okay? All of my falsities, all of my reasons that I did everything, being angry at a banker, being angry for being abused, being mad that I moved 11 times, so I want to be really popular. All of these facades that I had put together started really coming up, and ultimately with a massive depression. And I healed and sort of, I medicated the depression with this massive cocaine habit and this really dark period of my life. I did somehow manage to get married during this period and even had a kid, and still was sort of playing a game. I did my business, and then I did this 3 days I would go escape. Pretend I was on a business trip, but I'd be like 1 mile down from my house and locked up in a hotel, and my wife would think I'm in St. Louis on a business trip, And this is just the life that I lived. But then I would come back, run my business. But the business, again, started deteriorating, and went back down to 3 stores because of so much financial troubles I had. Along the same time, friends, family that cared about me said, you need to get help. I dabbled in some help, but then one day landed in this office of a guy named Dr. Jekyll, which is his actual name. And he's into psychoanalysis. And why psychoanalysis started appealing to me was, at the end of the day, I had to like learn why I did things. I wasn't the type of guy that was going to go to a AA and just will myself, I'm never going to do this again. I'm never going to do cocaine again. I'm never going to drink again. I'm never going to do that again. Because then I didn't really fix why I was doing it. It would have been temporary, or just been out of sheer will. And that's not the style of learning that I do. So I start doing this psychoanalysis, and then, it's on year 2, year 3. And today at 240, I go see him, and it will be 18 years, 17 years I've been doing this. Twice a week, once a week, I go and do psychoanalysis and study myself. And so over a period of time, I started getting healthier and healthier and healthier. Then my business went back, like I said, I went back down to 3 stores, and then I went back to 17 stores. Very healthy then. My mind was great, body was great, family was great. Really got my shit together. The book came out about 3.5 years ago. I had a friend, one of my best friends, his child drowned in a pool when we were on spring break together. My wife got a little bout with skin cancer, and I kind of just had 24 years of being in business and caring about money and all of these things. And I just one day woke up and said, I'm done with the business. And I sold my company to a publicly traded company out of the East Coast. And I basically retired. And I was 45 at the time. And I felt like I wanted to go on to a new chapter of my life. An insane fanatic Dallas Cowboys fan in my unhealthy days. And it disappeared from my body like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Must have been.
And I'm talking fanatic. I'm talking, my friends got scared when we had games. My family was scared when the Cowboys played on Sunday, if they lose or win, how the next week was going to be. I was obsessed with it. What ended up happening, what I really started learning, again, going through psychoanalysis and learning about yourself and peeling the onion, is that I attached this huge sense of how I felt about myself to whether the Cowboys won. Now, take that exact same idea to politics and what's going on right now. People at the core have insecurities. At the very, very core, I guarantee you. The people that don't are generally can listen to anybody and anybody's opinion and change, because they're not attached to this idea. Because they attach to this idea, and the reason they get mad if you disagree is because they want to win. Winning makes them feel better. Winning hides their self-esteem and propels them falsely up. Does that make sense? So my book, I talk about perfect pain, essentially saying this was a combination of perfection that got me here. Being abused, immigrant, poor, all of these things couldn't have worked in a more perfect combination to make me who I am, to get therapy. So if you really look back, there's no such, I can see your face, but if you look back, there's no bad events. So the philosophy that I have every day, if today something really, really bad happens, I don't have a connotation where I say this is bad or good. I just say that's an event. That's just something that happened. Because I don't know. It could be the best thing that ever happened. It could be the best. But anyway, that's it. It's a law of attraction. I generally just believe one
is holding you back from reaching the next level of your legacy today.
Fear of being too successful.
Very honest answer. Love it. What is the hardest thing you've ever accomplished?
Writing the book.
What's the greatest success at this point in your life?
Writing the book.
What is another secret you believe contributes to your success?
I mean, attitude.
Attitude. Love it. And then what books would you recommend to the Fuel Your Legacy audience? Of course, his book, but any other books that you've found helpful in your journey?
On the book Blink.
Blink. Do you know the author?
Yeah, Max Gladwell.
Okay, Malcolm Gladwell. Cool.
I answered one of them badly. I said my book on my biggest accomplishment, and it absolutely is my marriage and kids, but
Hey, that's okay.
The rapid fire got me, but
I know it's okay.
It's honestly the fact that I still have a family and kids after a decade of being addicted to cocaine. So
awesome. What I love most is that you went back and changed.
That your great whatever really cared about making a difference. That really cared about making a difference with people, and truly had this massive, overwhelming belief about connection, and that love and connection is the single most important thing in life, and nothing else matters after that. And that at the end of the day, if you find great love and great connection with human beings, you will never not be happy. And I want to just pass that on. And